Oh, hey guys. I am not awake today. No, not at all. Because of what happened yesterday, but I actually slept in too. It was so weird getting up like 8:30 in the morning. I was like, whoa, what do I do? It's been a weird week though. Last week was great. Great fucking week, right? Downside is because of the way it timed up, I was able to get a load Friday. Like if I got unloaded earlier on Friday, I got a load Friday, I would have made probably about another $2,000 this week. Just ain't happening. So let's get into it. Cause it seems like nobody likes these videos, but we're doing them anyways, cause I guess I'm insane. But alright, so delivered on the radio, don't remember where. It's been that busy, but a couple of days for me. I'm just fucking exhausted. I also gotta do laundry too, which could be doing that now, but too tired. So I got a load out of Laredo Saturday, which also limits my options. Like Saturday there was like 6 or 7 loads, right? And I was hoping to get a customer load in Michigan. Spoiler alert, didn't happen. Got one from my driver, but not me. So we got one. Spent a 50 there. But so I got both up. We both went up to the same area, from Laredo to Woodburn, Indiana. For those who don't know, it's pretty much Fort Wayne, the very top, like right corner of Indiana, Ohio, the border pretty much. They had this load posted for, fuck, what was it? 24, 23, something like that. I asked for 3, and they met me as 26. Wasn't great, but it was either take these loads, or these were the best loads of those of the options over there on the Saturday. It was either that, take these, or sit till Monday, which is, if you lose days, it's really hard to make back. So if you guys haven't figured it out, by the way, if the gross is high enough, I'll run for a pretty bad rate, right? Because I can work with a high gross and then bring that average of that shitty gross up later, right? Because that's like, it's math. Like you'll see here in a minute, right? But also, I'd rather run for a shitty fucking rate. I don't care if it's break even. I don't care if I'm going 2,000 miles, right? I mean, I'll cut it a little bit, right? But it's better than sitting 2 days. 2 days, I won't ever make that money back. Never make that money back. So what is worst business decision? Especially in this shitty market, right? Because it's like, I can sit around for 2 days. There's no guarantee that I will get a good load. I mean, how many times in the last month have you guys heard that, oh, I tried going to Michigan to get a customer load in. There wasn't one for me, even though 1 or 2 of those loads ship out every day for us. But just due to the timing, there wasn't one available. But that cost me anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500, sometimes even $2,000 for that week. So I'm saying, sitting around does me no benefit, unless I feel mentally or physically where I need to just sit. I'm exhausted, something, or I just need to sit. Or I got maintenance coming up, right? Where I actually got to sit for a day or whatever. Alright, so let's get back into it. Deadhead, 6 miles. Pretty good, right? Oh, okay, yeah, I got 2,600. My cut was 2,492. Wait, was it 26? Yeah. It might have been 28. I think it was 28. Yeah. Let's just say 20. I'm pretty sure that's what I got it for. Deadhead, 6 miles. Loaded 1456, total 1462. Now for overall rate, not awful coming out of Texas, really, grand scheme of things. But for Laredo, Monday to Friday is where you make most of your fucking money. Like I saw list for $4,000 that if I was able to get it loaded, I could have made $2 a mile, right? It's $1.70, so yeah. Picked up at GDC Group, which is off there off NAFTA Boulevard. It's one of those places, like, they have lumpers, but they want you paying cash. It's like, whatever. I mean, there was no lumper for us, I guess. I guess it's only for receiving. I don't know. I didn't get anything. I forgot to write down the weights for all these. But it was going to U.S. Cold Storage up in Woodburn, and then the brokerage tram. Now, this load did have some issues. So, it was double stacked pallets where each pallet weighed about 2,800 pounds, 2,800. I don't remember off the top of my head. It was loaded all the way to the rear, pretty much, all the way. It was like 43.7. So yeah, I was extremely heavy. Like I was very very ass heavy. The tandons had to go almost all the way back. I think they're like the 48 mark, something like that. Let's see, what was the temp? -10 start stops. I burned like no fuel at all, a reefer, so that helped. I got surprisingly good fuel mileage once it got out, once it got north of Texas. A lot better than I thought it was going to. Got like about 7.5 the second day. So what happened with this load was the pickup was fine, right? Well, first originally it was scheduled to pick up at noon. Broker called me the day before. Was like, hey, can you guys get there? Could you and your other driver get there like 8 a.m.? I was like, sure. I mean, I parked on the street anyways there. My driver literally parked behind me right an hour before the appointment to clean out a trailer and all that. Easy load, right? I mean, we're both loaded in and out of there within an hour. I mean, it's weekends. Nothing happens at the rate on the weekends. I mean, so it was kind of nice. Easy in, easy out. The place is generally tight if during the week, and busy as hell. But weekend, piece of cake. Get the wood burn right. I'm told my appointment is 8 a.m. Or we're both told our appointments are 8 a.m. We get up there. My PO's wrong. A shipper or receiver thought possibly I could have been at 6:30, which would have been late, but according to them, like, they're trying to figure it out. But like, if you're at 6:30, even though you're Raycon, like, there's 4 of these loads SRAM going into that place. We were 2 of them, so they're expecting some issues now. But like, if you are the 6:30 or 6 o'clock, whatever, we'll just waive your late fee. Like, it's it's fine. But then I was like, wait, I have this, try this number, right? Like, the broker's giving me numbers. Oh, you're 9:30? Oh, okay. According to the broker, they're going to give us both detention. I haven't seen an updated Raycon, haven't seen it. But, so the other driver told 8 a.m. His appointment was actually 12:30. And he had to run a little harder because he blew a trailer tire on the way up. And lost a day. Put it this way, I was over 500 miles ahead of him when he blew the tire. Just by the day. Like, he had to turn around, go back, and by the time I ended, I was 500 miles ahead of him, pretty much. So he had a boogie to make it on time. Then he was like, my appointment was at 12. I could have fucking slept, I didn't have to get up at fucking 7 o'clock in the morning after I just ran 1,400 miles straight. Well, not straight, but back 700 miles, back-to-back days. It's exhausting to do that, especially when you gotta make up time. Not getting unloaded. It was U.S. cold storage. Although, wait, North American cold storage. I put U.S. for some reason. They have overnight parking. There's also brand new Love's. Well, within a year, that's right there off the interstate, 0.8 miles away. That place wasn't that bad, right? Wasn't that bad at all. I was in and out, unloaded with all those strawberries in like 30 minutes. Once I was in that door, I spent like 2 hours there. But like, once I was in the door, I was out. So, now this is where the driver and I finally do split. We grab different loads, right? I sent him down to Richmond, Indiana, up to Grand Rapids. I went to Merrillville, Indiana, and I also went to Grand Rapids. We're, like I said, both planning on Apple loads. This load had 141 miles deadhead. Load was 150. Total was 291 miles. Day run, right? All right, so they had it posted for 650. I had no interest in doing that. At that point, I might as well just deadhead at that point, honestly. I mean, yeah, it's been great, but I mean, it's like 300 miles. I'm not gonna, like, that's gonna be under $2 a mile for me at that point after my cut, right? So I was like, can you do 850? Like, and they're like, no. I was like, come on, man. This is when I started pulling out my sales tactic, right? I was like, we're good MC though. At least you'll know, like, if I take this load, even though it's like, because I'm trying to book this like 4 days early, 5 days early, like, you'll be taken care of it, at least, right? At least you won't ever worry about it. He's like, hold on. He comes back like 15, 20 seconds later. He's like, all right, I can do 750. Can you do that? I was like, I think I can make that work. So it was $229 a mile. I would love to have that extra $100, even $50. I'm not gonna. I mean, honestly though, I burned like no fuel on this, and so I wasn't too worried about it. But it was Albany's, picked up a candy factory. No samples. went to Meyer, not a big DC. It was a little hub that deals with like roasting and packaging. I don't know. It was a little hub. Broker was James Transportation. Piece of cake. I mean, the biggest issue I had is this appointment was at 1600. Okay, my pickup. Got there at noon because obviously I was only 2 hours away and I was getting unloaded first thing in the morning. So I checked in. They let me check in, and basically the lady's like tone of voice, I already knew I was not gonna get loaded early. So I'd been there since noon. I was finally out by like 17:30. The warehouse guys were cool as fuck. Like, they're like, sorry. They said something. I was like, yeah, I was already here all day anyways. And he's like, man, I'm sorry. We tried our best getting you in. We just weren't ready for you. I was like, no worries. But they were cool. You know, they were cool about it. Piece of cake though. I mean, even on the Meyer end, I was it's technically appointment based. I showed up 10 minutes before my appointment. There was a local guy there. I was on the door 20 minutes later, and I was unloaded within 40 minutes. Yeah. So where I'm at, my third stop, my third run. I did 3 trips this week. But now that I've lost an Apple run, right? Because I should have been able to hit 7K or like 6,800, like somewhere in that range, pretty easily, and put myself in a good market. But now I'm like, okay, so I'm in Michigan. What the fuck do I do? Like, it's Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday morning. So what do I do to finish this week? Because there's not many options I can do now that will give me good revenue to close out this week. I can't wait for rates to go up. Like, honestly, at this point, like, it's these headaches are. It's sometimes challenging to make shit work at this point. I don't know. I still relatively enjoy it. It just sucks sometimes. Alright, so I saw this load from Lake Odessa, Michigan, to Mechanicsville, Virginia, which is Richmond. It's Richmond. I'm like right off 295 loop, off the northeast corner. So for those who aren't too familiar with the area, I'm in the northeast corner of Richmond. Deadhead was 39 miles, loaded was 715, total 754 miles. Okay? Now, this load originally, here's what I was told, okay? This load has become an issue. Now, granted, it's not gonna fuck my week, but I'm not happy because it did affect next week by a few $1,000s. When I say few, I mean like 3 to 4. Like, I had a load picked up Friday that would have started off next week. It delivers Sunday. That would have been the shittiest rate. It would have been like $1.50, right? 2,000 fucking miles out west. But it delivers Sunday. My truck needs service. Would deliver. I would have got that done Monday and could have easily got another $4 to $5 grand, possibly even $6 grand to finish the rest of the week out, right? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It did fuck next week. Cause now I'm doing some things next week. You guys don't understand. You guys might laugh at what I'm having to do next week because I gotta get out west for service because it's in the contract thing with these trucks, right? And rates going west are fucking awful, except for like one area. I didn't have luck getting up there. I tried. All right, so let's see. I was told this load picks up at 13:30 on the 6th. Delivers what I was told on the phone, okay? Midnight on the 7th. I'm like, that's 720 miles. I'm like doing that. I was like, God damn, you guys realize, like, if I get loaded, like, luckily there's no fucking time zone change, nothing. But if I get loaded, even within an hour and a half, that's, let's say it's 3 in the morning or 3 in the afternoon, right? So it's 1500. I'm supposed to be there at 1 with the because I take 30-minute break. It's like, fuck, I gotta get loaded early. I made sure to point this out like 4 different times. I was like, you sure it's Monday on the 7th and not the 8th? I even asked about the 8th. I was like, are you sure it's not the midnight on the 8th? No, it's 7th, midnight and 7th. I was like, okay. And by the way, keep in mind, I haven't ran this, like, did a load like this that requires running this hard since I left JCT. Like, so I am not doing an extra 250 plus miles, you know, that you're not used to. Especially in a truck that beats you up. Because every truck beats the other, let's be honest. It's all the vibrations, the constant fighting with the steering wheel, even if it's slightly, just doing this. It's just constant. Something you're pretty much constantly fighting the truck. It's not like a car, you're just like, it stays straight, I don't know if I could not, I wasn't sure if I would have the endurance to do it. I was like, fuck it, let's try it, because with the rate, it wasn't that bad. I mean, actually, the rate was pretty good. Granted, it's going to a shitty area, but so I asked for 3. I believe I asked for 3. I think we got down to 26. I really need to start writing all the overall gross right next to my cut, because I always forget. Like, I'm like, especially when I'm booking out like a day or two early, booking out, right? But that'll help me remember. But my cut was 23.14, which I can easily do the math by like adding on 11%, right? Like pretty easy, which I'm pretty sure is 26. But like I said, deadhead was 39 miles, loaded 715, total 754 for a rate per mile 306. And it was Twin City Foods, the Super Value DC, which I don't remember this place till I got here, but I had been here, I guess. I don't remember with who. It has to be JCT. It has to be. Broker was Molo, okay? I've done a couple of runs for Molo. This one kind of put a little sting on it, though, because sure enough, now granted, to be fair, I should have fucking went out the Raycon. The Raycon does say the 7th at 2350, which means, what they're trying to tell you is like, yeah, midnight the 8th, okay? But it's like, if I'm asking the fucking phone, I say, you sure it's the 7th, not the 8th? And you're saying, no, it's the 7th, 7th, 7th. I'm gonna, like, that's just, I don't know, like, it was not the first time I've had typos or brokers tell me something or something along the lines, right? Or it's like the Raycon's been wrong, but it's like they don't fix it after the load. So I got here, and yeah, they checked. I got checked in. They didn't reject me, which just kind of was like, okay, maybe it is the 7th, right? And then 2.5 hours later, or almost 3.5 hours later, I get a call saying, come in the office. I was like, everything okay? And then this is how I found out, by the way, was the 8th, because I was like, honestly, I was tired too. Running pretty hard, obviously, to get fucking down here. Didn't really have time to fucking look at shit. Just fucking grabbed it and go. Because I got here only 10 minutes late. Like, I got here at 12:10. They told me your appointment's not till tomorrow. I was like, fuck. Why? Sure enough, Molo's not going to give me a layover, though. To be fair, technically, the Raycon does say 2350, but industry standard, by the way. Because how the fuck can I do Walmart fucking runs and have no issue doing Walmart midnight runs? But all of a sudden, this is like an issue? And they blame me for miscommunication. It's like, no, fuckers. Like, I asked you, are you sure it's the 7th? Or are you sure it's the 7th, not the 8th? Like, I was like, this is a little weird. Red flag, But technically, I should have looked at Raycon. But the industry standard is, if it's the 8th, people put, like, a lot of people put, pretty much most people, 05 or 030, on the 8th. And then they'll just, like, make a note. Drivers need to be there at 2300. Because Walmart's only allowed to check in an hour early. Luckily, this place has overnight parking. I'm literally just still fucking here, sitting in their staging lot. I'll just check in tonight, 900, or not 900, 2100, when they start receiving. Stupid. I'll give you a little what I was about to do, though, assuming, because I had my next load booked, right? Like I said, I have to get to Boise. Part of that is I need tires, I need fucking PM done. Trailer needs to go in the shop. The ABS repair, there was a cut. I might have like caught a piece of tire or something that was tossed up and nicked it because it was on the front of the in front of the axle, like it was up in the front left axle. There was an ABS cord there that I got nicked somehow. Well, it was repaired. Now it's shorting out, which tells me it's stretching out because it went off twice yesterday, where it just like blinked. Like I hit a bump and it must have went like this, came back together, and as soon as it came back down, it was like it stretched back out or just shorting out. Yeah, that's falling apart. So I gotta get that fixed. So I was trying to do this all at the same time. Which is trailer. Honestly, I wonder, they might have doing a trailer PM done too at the same time, because I don't know. I've had the trailer since July and it hasn't had one done, so they may have me drop the trailer off, get it PM done at the same time too. So I'll look into that. But I found a load that would picked up in Winchester, Virginia. Now, granted, I will front and say I was not really want to do this load, but the only reason why I was grabbing it, because it was like 2,200 miles, with my data included, right, is it was delivered Sunday at like 1,700, and I was like, I was doing Corin, Utah, okay? It was like Winchester, Corin, Utah, Walmart, DC. That was pretty good. Then I could have just immediately gone up to fucking Boise and been there and got everything taken care of Monday and had 4 days to just make as much money as I can. And a good market, because Boise is a great market. Coming out, especially. I just made $5,800 going to Laredo, okay? So that tells you a rough idea. And that was, what? 4 days. Yeah, that was a 4-day run. So, could have made some money. That was $3,300. I wasn't happy about it, but I was willing to do it because it was just the time. It was more the timing and the fact that it wasn't gonna fuck the week. Now, things are gonna be a little different. I'm not getting even close to the money I was hoping to make. I already have that load. It ain't great, if I'm great at all, but should still be able to hit 6-7K. Hopefully. Now, granted though, I ain't not gonna be as efficient though, because there's an extra 2 days to get out there instead of well, technically an extra 2 days. So I'm gonna lose an extra day because now instead of grabbing a load Friday or Thursday, yeah, Friday morning and delivering Sunday, I'm grabbing Friday. Don't know when. So whenever I get done here, because it's a first come first serve, and delivering Tuesday. Fucking sucks, but it is what it is. But dude, these next 3 months are gonna fucking get interesting. January and February are always the slowest time for freight. And I don't know, but like, these people think, like, by the way, the load I've booked, I still got a higher than a lot of people that booked that load. I got an extra like $350. Like, who? Like, it was already like a shitty run. I'm still getting it like for $1.50. Who the like? And you're taking for like $4, like almost $400 less. My God, I shouldn't be talking too much shit considering I just took the same load for like only $400 more, which is still below the minimum rate. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I mean, this area pretty much currently is only paying like $1.10 to $1.40. Some are for $1.60. I could have got $1.89 to Gypsum, Colorado, but it's like, what am I gonna do there? Like, guess that's even worse of an area than what I'm doing now, because then I gotta either deadhead up to Salt Lake, which is like 400 miles, and then grab something at Salt Lake and go up into Boise, or backtrack to Denver and take like $1 a mile run over to Salt Lake or Boise. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, sometimes you actually gotta do things out here you don't really want to do, and just hope. I don't know how else to word it. It's like, fuck, something's gotta happen with these rates. It's like, oh, I mean, I think going to next year though. See, part of this too, I don't know every good area, right? I don't know all the good areas. I don't know bad areas all the way. I can have a rough idea, but I've only done this in July, so I'm having to figure shit out as I go. And like, I know going into the Carolinas is great, but I think next year I'm probably gonna set this like pretty much the only East Coast I want to deal with is probably like Florida to Northeast. If I'm gonna come over here, I just want to either go like Florida up to Northeast to make money, or the Northeast and Florida. But then again, like, that gets in the same situation too. It's like, how the fuck I get out of there? Florida shit, Northeast is shit. It's like, there's really only like there's a big L, like a strip in the part of the country. Well, I guess it's more like half a square. that's the region you want to be in. Like problem is though, getting out of there is real easy, but getting back over there, it's like, what are you gonna do? Especially if you got no customer freight to get yourself out there. If you get a customer freight, whatever. That would be nice. Getting a customer freight that would get us out west would be great. Because that'd solve literally half my fucking problem. But anyways, you guys laugh at me all you want. I mean, I already poked fun at myself anyway, so please, you guys won't poke fun at me anywhere near the amount of times I do to myself. But anyways, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.